One, two, one, two, one, two. G Nice, what's the word, baby?
Hey, same old, same old. Another day, another dime.
There it is, man. Yeah. What's happening, ball head nuts? We back in effect, man. We in the building, man. Shoot.
Absolutely, as
It's the
always.
second episode, man. So
Right.
it's Wednesday, man. We off the cuff, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shit that we could talk about, man. What's on the agenda? What's on your mind, man? What's going down?
Well, I sent you a little link, man. Just looking at these youngsters and how they just be digging their own holes, man. I mean, we talked a little bit about uh, the Rico case down there, the YSL thing, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know if you saw the stuff about King Von,
Mm-hmm. That
and
link that you sent me earlier today.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
checked it out.
then I just was digging through. I check all the little sites and see what's happening every day, but the whole 21 Savage, man. I mean, he wild. They hit Clubhouse, and like Ice T was like, man, y'all, y'all understand they recorded this, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
in Atlanta, man, you know how they already, tearing holes in people's asses. So that kind of got me thinking about, man, like, what's going on with them and that concept of, you know, when keeping it real goes wrong, right? Goes all the way wrong,
Go
like,
left,
and
like yeah, and
man, super left.
hey, but hold on real quick. All right, so I was checking out this sermon the other day by TD Jakes.
Okay,
And TD Jakes said, I don't want nobody that's gonna keep it 100. He said, you're gonna be in jail quick. He said, go to your job and keep it all the way 100 and tell them
exactly.
what's on your mind. He says, I bet you ain't gonna have no job. He said, I bet you're gonna get fired. He says, so when people talking about they keep it 100, he said, I'm gonna keep it real. I keep it about 85 to 90%. He said, the other 10 I keep in my pocket because they act like they got something to prove. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I've never seen a generation that move like, okay, I need you to see me do this. You need to know this so you can check out my cred. And it's, I don't know, man.
man, it's unnecessary. We didn't have that coming up. I mean, hey, Tupac didn't get his props until he shot them cops in the ass, right?
Right.
And that's where he got it. But we didn't expect that from them. You know what I'm saying? We understood, hey, it's storytellers, right? I mean, they talking about what they've seen, not what they doing. Like that's crazy.
And
You know,
but you know something? Here's the thing that I was thinking about though too. The social media, the the, the whole thing of just having a camera everywhere. Cause
yeah,
we pulled up at a spot, man. Just for New Year's, I went to church and then I went and checked out that little club. But then I just moved around. Just you remember I hung out with Stonebread. I pulled
yeah.
up at this one spot, man, and it was just girls out there just fighting. And the first thing people around start doing, man, was start pulling out their cameras, man. They tape everything. Ain't nothing going unnoticed today. So I don't care
No
what you're doing. You can't do nothing in private. You dig what I'm saying? So you
word.
know, so I don't know what it is, but I tell you this, that link that you sent me, I didn't know that's who Bootsy was talking about when he was on the podcast because I seen a little bit of the podcast and I was thinking like, damn, you mean to tell me he really put a hit out on a dude, rapped about it, said he was gonna do it, and then all of a sudden, dude is dead, and they feel like, okay, this is really, a result of what he did. Said he had 50,000. Did he add an extra 50 or something like that?
Yeah, he tapped in, made it a 3 digit, or
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, 4 digit.
And then rapped about it though. You dig what I'm saying?
Um, well, they were, man. I mean, Chicago so much, man. The way they operating on the music tip right now, it's just that's all you hearing. So you don't even know. But I mean, they said Von had bodies. That's
Mhm.
the FBI was pulling up on him anyway before he even got, before he got murked. I mean, I think they was gonna holler at him anyway. And if
Not to laugh because death is
hey,
not
it's
a
serious.
serious situation, but when you said bodies, like man, like you got a rep for killing. I know a guy that's in that had a rep for like killing
Yeah,
people. Like you got a rep for not, hey, my auntie, she's so crazy. I'll be talking to her, and then she said, Sugar, you know about that one boy that was knocking people off? Yeah, they said he got a reputation for knocking people off. I said, knocking them off, auntie. Like she was
Hey,
like, yeah, knocking them off, getting rid of them.
hey,
I said, oh
hey,
man,
man, don't anybody even joke with that dude, huh? They
no,
like, nah, man, this
for
is for
real.
serious business.
No, no, for real, for real. And I ain't gonna even say his name though on the thing
Nah.
because I mean he's going through some things. But I'm gonna tell you something. Dude is so sincere, and this is off topic. But one night, me and him was at the after hours, right? And so he was shooting dice, and you know how somebody can kind of like clamp the dice, make them sound like they shaking, but then they don't
Mhm.
shake them, and then they hitting a roll. So you know it's like okay, he hit a 10, then he come right back. He 10 for you. So
Yeah.
I'm riding with him because I know what Gender doing. Gender cuffing the dice. Oh shit.
Oh
Let me take that
shit.
back. Okay,
Well,
let me take that back. Okay, so he cuffing the
look at you.
dice. He cuffing
Oh,
the dice, and I'm seeing him. So the dude tells him, he tell him straight up. He said, "Hey man, listen, shake them dice, man. Shake them dice. You dig what I'm saying? Janda, damn,
again,
big. Okay,
man,
big.
we're gonna muzzle
Listen,
you.
listen. Okay, he's super tall, right, and muscular, and so he be off that gin, and so he'll start talking crazy to you, right? So Janda tell him, he was like, "Listen, man, catch what you don't like." He was like, "Other than that, shut the f up. Catch what you don't like," and kept on hitting the man. So all of a sudden, dude pulled out the pistol on him. So I'm like, oh, like it's smoke in the building now. Next thing I know, my man grabs his hand, takes the man, and jumps down the stairs. So they jump down the stairs. So they coming down. So by the time he pulled out the gun, I'm bagging up. So I done already went downstairs. Like, I'm not with this smoke. This is y'all beef. I'm gone. So as they tumbling down the steps, the dude dropped the gun. Janda like, Bear, get the gun. I kicked the gun off to the side. Janda, man, beat him and knocked him out, man. But this is just a testament. Fam, he is not for that. When he's in the streets, when he do on that bully boy stuff, man, fam is like, I was like, I seen it up close and personal when a person is just like heartless and don't care about life, don't care about your life, don't care about, you know what I mean, what you doing, you know what I mean? And it's like when you in that state of mind, I guess it ain't no different if you're a rapper or who you are, because the way that dude was out here living, and then that's Shot Town too, though. You dig what I'm saying? Shot Town,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't put nothing past them. They super grimy down there, I don't put nothing past them, man.
Well, they young and grimy.
They
Yeah,
raised grimy.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and some of them, that's a different beast. But you get some of these cats that are out here, man, and looking at it like, um, hey, like I tell Nate, what we used to do, we identify with the rap because if we were like, yo, these cats are out here doing the same thing we do. These
right.
cats use what these rappers are saying as a blueprint, and that's backwards. You're gonna get yourself, out here running behind some of these rappers like, ooh, I'm gonna pop somebody like he did. That rapper ain't do it. Their kids go to private school.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You sure?
You know,
Let me see what
and
she said. No, CG said for validation, bro. What's up, CZ? I want you to holler at me because I want you to be a guest next Sunday. If you want to, we're gonna talk about that. But yeah, how y'all feeling? Pook on there saying what's the link? CG, I understand you, but you know what you were saying? Look at the little comment that she made. She said
yeah.
for validation, bro. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? That's a very sad, you know what I mean? What would you call it? Like, okay, this is the props that you're trying to get. You want validation from streets. You want a street cred so bad that you're willing just to do certain things like that. You know what I mean? It's like that's so sad, man. Because you remember the thing that happened in the Shy where somebody got into it, and when they couldn't get back at the dude, they turned around and caught like the 5-year-old boy or something in the alley and killed him. It
Hmm.
was like, are you serious? Like, I can't even imagine that, man. How can you? You know what I mean? It's like that's crazy. So
But the ones that usually are out here like that aren't speaking on it, right? I don't know if you caught some of that video when it was Lil Durk and King Von. They were on the radio station, and
mhm,
Von started talking too much, and Dirk shut his ass up with a little cough, like bring that down. You know, those are the ones that are really out here, the ones that are now running their mouth
right.
on it because they like, yo, I mean, this is real. You get all these other cats. I mean, come on, 21 Savage ain't kill nobody. Uh, as you say,
21.
he ain't
Yeah.
gonna kill nobody. He ain't gonna kill nothing, let nothing die.
He was in the
And
crowd saying 21.
21, 21,
21.
21,
That's it. In the
21.
crowd. That's all he did.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he did. You dig what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's all he did.
Right.
And he like, we do this. No, your homeboy, your crazy homeboy do. The one that's
Yeah,
out there, one of your weed carriers that's
yeah,
really trying. He makes sure that, his check gonna keep coming. So he gonna get out there and do the dirty for you.
yep. And
But
then here's another thing though too. Do you remember? Do you ever notice that, like, okay, say when we was digging with the like the younger rap, like say back in the days, it was still cool, like say for instance, to rap about the struggle. And what I'm saying compared to what you was just saying, like say for instance, now everybody like lying. Oh, I got a foreign. I pull up in something foreign. I got this and I got that. Or I pull out the Draco and I'll spray your block. It's like, fam, you don't even got a gun. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because you hear it. I'm talking about with the local rappers. Like right now, it's like, fam, you don't
yeah,
got no gun.
yeah,
And you ain't got nothing foreign outside either. So
uh-uh,
stop all of that.
you
But
ain't.
what about rapping about like when I get rich, I'm gonna jump in. You know what I mean? Because people still we was digging that. Like, man, you dig
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So it
when
don't
I
have to
get it.
be. Yeah. So you don't have to lie to validate yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Not to me anyway. So, but
Nah,
it's a new
nah.
generation, man, and it's a they young man, and they show they smart. I gotta give them that. They super smart, man.
Well, yeah, but you get some of them, they don't know the difference. So social media has blurred the lines between what's real and what's not, right? We used to see them, hey, these rappers do videos, right? We see that shit on BET or whatever like that. We knew it was a
Yeah.
set. We knew that wasn't their house. We knew that wasn't their cars, right? It is all a production by the record label. So you got these kids now that are seeing all these videos, maybe homemade, some of them may be record label videos. They may be renting this crib for this and they playing like, yo, this is my spot, this is what I do, this is where I live, these my cars, these my broad, all that. And they don't know how to distinguish it. They stand there with money up to their ear. Kids don't understand the concept of prop money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I had a conversation with some of them like, what? I'm like, you think all the money in movies is real? like, you know, like, do you really think somebody actually robbed a bank and all that money is real?
Right.
And they just like, no, he got that. He got that. No, he
Yeah.
don't. He getting
And see,
about 3 points on his record deal. He way in the hole.
you're right. But
He got a 360 deal, and he ain't really even making no moves on
no
that.
money. Yeah.
None.
Anything you branded
None.
on, they take you. But I tell
Hmm.
you, this is what it is. Super smart when it comes to technology, but they lack common sense. You know,
Absolutely.
and so we grew up. You had common sense. There were certain things that you did not do, things that you did do, like respect. There were certain morals. You know what I mean, that we set in our house, and it's just like back when, like me and Grice was talking about, like you knew when it was your turn to wash dishes, because if you didn't, you're gonna get woke up with that strap. Now you
Absolutely.
transfer that over into the streets and getting there. When it comes time for you to be a grown man, you just stand on morals and you stand on it's certain things that I just don't do. It's certain things that I don't, you know what I mean, that I don't stand for, and there's certain things that I go for. And so like right now you got a generation that me right now, the microwave generation. And when they seeing it on social media, people posting, oh, they in the club, they in the strip club, they doing this and that. And so that's what they think life is, you know what I mean? And to tell you the truth, that's the spot down here now. So when everybody leave the club, they go to the strip club, man, and that's where they hang out in the parking lot. And you should see it. It's like a party out there in the parking lot. So many guns. They be walking around with big dumb guns. They popping
Wow.
pills. You dig? They got, man, bottles of Douce and you know what I mean, vodka, the Patron. They doing it all, man. And so it's like, yo, that's what it is out there now. It's sad, but it is what it is. You know what I
They
mean?
doing it for the gram. They doing it for the gram. We're in a situation where you talk about, they don't have the common sense, man. Their attention span is super short. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they
You,
forms a
you,
Honda.
they
Let's be
foreign
honest.
is a,
It
is a
is.
Honda.
It ain't
Yeah,
even theirs, and the driver's side door don't even open.
right.
They get down the passenger side, but the attention span is so low and short because everything's right there. I mean, they've gotten out of. They don't even read. They just go to the TikTok and just sit and watch 20-second videos. Right? You can't get
Hmm.
them to read. Um, they've completely been reduced to chat speak, right? Text speak.
Right.
Um, they are completely on computers, which is good. I mean, that's technology. It's going to be there. But a lot of that, man, is destroying critical thinking, which is
Right.
basically a form, of common sense, right? So they don't even have the ability to get it. And everybody, they say it starts at home. It's hard to get them, because they just that's what they see and that's how they are. So you struggling against some of the education system that's not even enforcing that. They giving up. I mean, you got some teachers 25 years old. That's what they
Yep.
grew up with.
Yep. Yep.
So a lot of the old stuff. I mean, I don't want to say it sound like we old people and do that. What the boomers be doing back in my day type situation. But the stuff that we were taught. The reading, the heavy reading.
Like you don't even see kids reading today.
No,
You know
no,
what I mean? They
at
don't
all.
books is extinct, you dig?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's like nobody is reading a book. Yo said something that was sincere. She said, still some grown people our age is doing it. So these young people, they have
Hmm.
no examples. And
No,
cuz you right,
definitely correct.
I was talking to some, it was Black. Matter of fact, it was Black. I was in a barber shop with Black one day, and then Black was just saying, like how he might just, test the waters on the podcast. He said, because, you know, being a barber, and them being divine creations, they probably get all kind of walks of life coming in and out of the barber shop. And so
Yeah.
one of the things he said, I'm so tired of these guys that's in their mid 30s and in their early 40s and late 40s still acting like these young kids. He says, man, they ain't got no examples to look up to. He's like,
Hmm.
man, they need to go somewhere and sit down. He was like, man, he said, it's starting to piss me off, And then I noticed it, I stuck my head out here and there, and so I'm not the one to ridicule somebody about what they doing and how they live in their life, because you stay in your lane, I'm gonna stay in mine, and that's how we try to look at it. But at the end of the day, yo, you right, because we supposed to be the examples that the kids look up to. And so, like when I started to bear truth, the first thing I wanted to do was to say, okay, we got to create a new cool. If we don't create a new cool, then
Hmm.
what they seeing right now is gonna be it. And so, like when I did that, like little post on the bald head nuts, is this the fall of hip hop? Because I don't think hip hop is going anywhere. But if you look at the majority of the record sales and most of the guys that's making the money, listen to what they talking about. Out of somebody rap, there's a
Three
gun.
things.
Yeah, you already know. You know what it
Hmm.
is. Straight up. What's up,
Hmm.
nephew? Times have changed. Nobody listens to nothing but money. You right about that. I'm gonna post that. But yeah,
Well, also, what happened is when you had SoundCloud, right, and all that started popping.
real quick, G Nice. Let me get them in
Uh,
tune. Time out. Hey, listen, while y'all tapping in, you dig what I'm saying? Y'all got something to speak. Y'all got something that y'all feel like y'all want to say. Then I mean, G Nice, you gotta know how to send them the link. I don't know how to send them the link. Whenever you get to the 15 minutes of fame, to try to get somebody
yeah,
else in here, so
we'll do
we
that
can get somebody else advice and somebody else's opinion. Because I understand y'all listening to us, but yeah, we would definitely want to hear what you got to
yeah,
say though too. But yeah, go
for
ahead,
sure.
keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Well, SoundCloud changed everything, as well as algorithms with streaming, right? So SoundCloud was good because it allowed independent people to be able to get their music heard. Uh, it also just allowed everything to flood it. So there's so much music, right, out there.
Hmm.
You can't keep up. I mean, come on. You know how we used to release day, come out, man. You're gonna bump that all week, all
You
day
remember when
long.
Snoop Dogg dropped Doggy Style? When
Man.
that first dropped, man,
Mhm.
people stood outside at midnight to get Doggy Style. Snoop's first CD.
Hey, I had about 30 of them that day
Hey,
because
listen,
of my
listen.
place of
The
employment.
the chronic,
I
yeah, the
was I
chronic,
was
all
running them.
yeah,
Yeah. I
straight up.
mean,
So
yeah,
you
we had
know,
to live with it. We lived with that all week, right? There
right.
might be two things that come out each week, and
Except
we
for
would
Master
just
P in
listen to
there.
them.
Master
Man,
P drop, Master
yeah,
P drop
Master
every
P
week.
got an album
Yeah,
every week coming
yeah,
out. It
every
ain't nothing
week
but a
somebody
posse
drop.
album. It's a
Right.
posse album, every
There
single
it
one.
is. But
But
you know what? On the lines of what you're saying with the streaming things and now how they just flooded the gates, and what's so crazy about it, G Nice, is that they got all the opportunities now. Cause you know how hard it was back during that time. T-Bog, you on here now. Mel
mhm,
just posted about Sinhawk, man. You know all the hard work we was trying to put in, man, just to try to, get out there to get heard, or what you had to do just to sell like a little something. And so now it's like, and to tell you the truth, you know what? Since you said that, I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff that probably really happened though too. Because I remember Ti was out way. I was in Atlanta listening to Ti way before a
mhm.
lot of people even was hip to Ti.
Yeah,
That
I'm serious.
you did, yeah. And I'm talking about
Mhm,
underground mixtapes and stuff like
yeah,
that. Now, get with a record deal. And a lot of times during that time to sell CDs and to sell records, you know what I mean? They're gonna make you do something radio friendly. You're gonna have to
yeah,
do it, especially like if you're messing with
absolutely.
somebody like Puff or you any major radio stream. Yeah, they got the underground stuff, but man, you better have something that's gonna hit the club or something that's gonna hit the radio. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But now, since you said it like that, I get a little idea of what's happening. Since they can flood the industry with whatever they want. This is it. This is what they gonna give
Well,
you.
there's no A&R, right?
Yeah, nobody. Yep,
The
none.
record labels have gotten out of let's grab an artist and let's help build them and get them used to the industry and just saying we don't want to do anything. You bring it to us, and you when you bring it to us, you better have 500,000 people already that's on you because we don't want to spend any money on this, right? So these kids may like, and like I was saying about the streaming, man, something come out right now that we gonna listen to. I mean, like the last Nas, right, that came out. Man, you can't even stay with it. You listen to it that first time, man, you flooded on music on Saturdays, on Sundays, and everything that's coming, and you got to figure out a way to cycle back through it
Right.
because it's so much. Now, what the algorithm concept is, you know, we grew up with just getting 2 albums a week, right? And that's what it's going to be. It might be some West Coast, it might be some East Coast,
Yep.
and then we had to live with that. That's what we got. You turn on the radio station. We had two stations in the quad, right? And
88.5,
you
92 point. Yeah.
yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. So now these kids, and we had to learn to listen to other types of music, right? I mean, we listened to Alanis Morissette's whole damn album. Used to sing the hell out of that damn
Right.
thing in the car, but
Yeah.
that's because we had to in Iowa, right? But these kids with the algorithms, they put on one artist. Let's say they like King Von. It's going to suggest to them all same music, and so they can live in a world where they don't hear anything out of one
Yep.
portion of what they like.
Yep. That's how Pandora do you though too. Like if
Yeah,
you
all
put
of
it on
them
one,
do.
when they say the radio, it's gonna play everything that's
Hmm.
associated with that style of rap, or you
Yeah.
know what I mean. Anybody, and maybe they got features on each other's stuff, and so and a lot of times too. Like when I be cutting like some of these young guys' hair or something like that, like if I pick them up and I drive, sometimes I let them DJ to see what they gonna play, and
Right.
I'm telling you, that's what they listen to. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I
Even my
know.
grandson, even when I let him, DJ and play what you want to play in the car, it's gonna always have something that's got something to do with killing, something
Hmm.
about calling a chick out of her name, calling her, you know what I mean, the B word, about money, you know what I mean, and then it's like, and I'm thinking to myself, like where's the line in the sand, because we listened to NWA when we was young,
We
we
did.
listened to Ice T, and so now it's with their generation, but they generation is coming with the smoke. It's coming
But
with the
we
smoke about what I mean, the
yeah.
music.
But we also listened to I'll Be Sure. You know what I'm saying?
I can think about you night and day. You dig what I'm saying?
Hey,
Bobby Brown, my
a car full
prerogative
of
is,
dudes, a car
yeah,
full of dudes riding around listening
singing.
to Key Sweat.
Right. Listen to Keith Sweat, the
So
deal.
there
I
was
only
some
think of you on
balance.
two
I'm telling
occasions.
you, Babyface all day long.
Man,
A little ready for the
everything.
world.
Hell
Uh,
yeah. Come on.
so
If you
yeah,
listen, if you ain't got no slow jams, you ain't got no girls. If you don't got no
right.
slow jams, you ain't got no girls.
Exactly.
Now they pulling up and they riding with the rah rah. I'm talking about, man. I used to have everything from Keith Washington,
Hmm.
anybody that had slow music, Will
Yeah.
Downing, Anita Baker.
Pebbles.
Man, everything. Cause I know what, when I'm talking on the phone late night,
The phone
I got to
tape.
have I gotta have the slow music in the back.
You
Guy,
got to
let's
have your phone
chill.
tape, man.
Man, come on, fam. Man, now you don't.
Hey,
When I
we
see
got
you
to
in the
get,
streets,
we going to
okay.
have to find Sam Edwards and get him on there. I
Uh,
remember when they lived across the street, hey, he had a whole tape of Let's Chill. Both sides. Both sides.
Hey, I thought I was Aaron Hall. You dig what I'm saying with the flat
Hey,
top? Man, somebody told me I look like Aaron Hall. Boy, I took it seriously. Like,
hey.
man, for
And
real,
that's
for
why we
real.
was able to pull drunk choir. Hey,
I'm
we
trying
knew
to
it.
tell
We
you.
know the cuts. Step in to get your
But you know
solos.
something
He
though,
sweat.
that's so sincere though, because
Straight up.
listen, like with our parents, they had good music. Remember, they had Teddy Pendergrass, they had, you know what I mean, Barry White, they, you know what I mean, Smokey Robinson, Rick James. You had some good music, and then you had some mellow, like slow tunes, something that you know what I mean. And the house party, they'll slow the party down, and that way you get to dance with somebody. I wonder if they threw a house party now, there probably ain't no slow
Nah,
music to
man, ain't no
play,
music.
because
Ain't
all
no
the
slow music.
all the R&B damn near sound like it's rap.
Oh
You
my
dig what I'm
God,
saying?
it does. It's
Yeah.
all auto tune, and I don't even
You
want to
already
get
know.
on that.
K
That
still said
annoyed the hell out
Jodeci
of me.
shy. You
Yep,
know what I mean?
already.
Straight up.
Yeah, but we were also open to listening to our parents' music. That was cleaning music. Now that's another thing that is different. We might have had a Walkman or something like that, but we were usually using that when we out. We wasn't using that when we at the crib.
Right.
So when it's come Saturday and it's time to clean, You know, you hear that key sweat, you know what time it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? You hear,
You get the
LTD come
bumping.
on. Yeah, yeah, LTD
Hey,
start playing. Yeah,
you
you
better
got to
get
do
to
it.
go get your cleaning supplies together because you know what's about to happen.
But
Now listen to
music
what Yo
is,
say. Yo say, I mean, when you got people our age hanging out with their kids like they 20, stay in the clubs more than these kids, or feuding with the kids, trying to prove they better than young people. Why are we as old people trying to keep up with some kids or prove? I didn't finish. They didn't put the rest of it on there.
yeah.
But what you think about that, G Nice? Because I mean, I still see them in the streets as if they missed something. You know what I mean? I went to like the white party, and then after that, I made a couple of appearances here and there because I just came home. I hadn't seen nobody, but after a while, it was like it's over with. Like, what's ain't nothing really out there. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, what they doing? I don't knock nobody again. Like, all right, if this is your life, if you ain't got nothing to do and you want to party, that's it. But if you out there and that's the lifestyle that you live in, you know what I mean? I guess they still in the zone, man. I don't know. I don't
Well,
get it.
I'm not speaking by any means for all of them, but there are a certain subset of people our age that they're not so much trying to be young. They're just evolving with the people that are still in the same area that they
Hmm.
are. So everybody else grew up and moved on to it, and they just like, okay, we just here. So the younger generation just keeps coming up and meeting these people that's stagnant, right? So it just seems that way. They ain't doing anything differently than they did before. Um, but yeah, I mean,
And
I
then
ain't with
then at
it.
the same time though, and if you look at it like from that perspective, at the same time, it's the blind leading the blind. Because
Mhm.
if you stagnant and you looking at this as, you know what I mean, okay, this is where the party at. Now you starting to party with your kids. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
And this is where the party
unnecessary.
at. And then now all of a sudden, this is the example your kids got to look up to. Like my mom or my dad is like my best friend. We can go have a drink, and you know what I mean. And
Uh,
so I think of like this because that's a line in the sand that I like to draw because I don't ever want to tell nobody how to raise their kids. You know what I mean? And I don't ever want to tell
yeah,
nobody what they should and what they should not do. But you have to separate parenthood from childhood. And if you don't, you know what I mean, then that's when there's gonna be a confusion, you know. And that's just my
yeah,
personal opinion. I always try to make sure, regardless of whether they like it or not, like I'm dad. You know, I love you.
right.
We
And we
cool,
didn't have it.
we
I
kick it,
mean,
but I'm
yeah,
still dad. At the end of the day,
there
I'm dad.
was
Like
right. You know,
nothing
there was
left.
never no. There was never any go. I mean, going out together. But you know, there are a couple times we run into Natalie and what was it, Baldies, something like that.
I was thinking
We
about
run
that,
into her. We run into
man.
her in there, right? And but that'd be it. And she buy us a drink. I mean,
Oh yeah,
but
and at the end of the day, but she never like it's never like
nah,
we all got together and plotted like, okay,
that's what I'm
Natalie,
saying.
what
We
you
gonna
doing
go
tonight?
out.
We
We
like
gonna go
Natalie, we
out.
gonna hang out. Like we gonna, you know, said no, so we ain't doing
Hmm.
that. I see, Dominic, what's up, man? He was like, he said something like trying to make up for like lost time. Give us an
Yeah.
example, fam, because I get you on that. But what G Nice, what you was saying is like, okay, they evolving with what's going on right now. So if they feel like, okay, this is what's going on because they jamming to the same music, they out there still, you know what I mean, doing the same thing. But
Hmm.
if you say it like that, Dominic, from they trying to make up from like lost time, it's like how much time do you want to spend out there? You dig what I'm saying?
Look, when
You
you see
know?
the middle aged white guys, that's when they have their midlife crisis and they go out and buy Corvettes,
Yeah.
right? And and start in search of finding somebody that's 25 that they want to
Hmm.
marry, right? It's kind of the same aspect, of refusing to grow up. That's all it is. So feeling like, oh, all right, if I hang with them, that makes me still cool, man. I mean,
Okay.
we got contemporary rap now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Ain't
Right.
nothing
But
wrong with
let
that.
me.
Yeah.
Listen. Okay. Nephew said, I'm gonna post this real quick. Nephew.
Mhm.
Nephew said, ain't nothing wrong with everyone got a mind of their own. You can either learn or be a victim. I understand you on that. So let me
Yeah.
ask you this, G Nice. Okay. So
Mhm.
when you say it like that, what do you think about Jay-Z and them? They in their 50s now and they still rapping. So when they make music and they, I know that they out in LA, so they probably at party scenes and stuff like that too. Do you think that there should be a separate entity, like say, okay, this is some grown people? Matter of fact, shout out to the Skylight Lounge. Salute y'all. It's official. The birthday party, March 4th on a Saturday, jumping off the bare truth. The video, the live stream, it's going down. So okay, now what do you think about that? Because they got a club, but it's like grown and sexy. You know what I mean? And they cutting out the riff raff. You dig what I'm saying? So do you feel like there is a place that older people should be able to go and, hang out. Like if they want to go club or go somewhere and have a drink or dance and stuff like that.
Absolutely. I mean, like we were just talking about, the spots that are opening up over there. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm not about to be somewhere where they just playing craziness and it's super damn dark in there and it's wild. Nah, I mean, that's not a place that we should even be in. So at all. We ain't got no business in there, man. I'm gonna find if I'm in
Right,
there, I'm gonna find a corner, man, and I'm gonna stand in that corner and watch the whole room. But when we talk about Jay-Z and them, those are industry parties that they go into. But concept you brought up, Jay, we look at his rap, he still do, but his rap has changed so much. He know he
mhm,
can't talk about certain stuff no more. He ain't doing that. He
right,
got $1 billion, so he can't talk about being on the block no more. He barely remember being
right,
on the block at this point.
exactly. And
He been
with
somewhere. So
you done bought the block now.
I
You
mean,
own the
man,
block. You dig what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So
And
that's what
so
I was
yeah,
saying. There's a space
yeah,
for contemporary rap now
right,
where they take it back to just the skill set and not so much as being about what's going on the block. Because they don't
right,
know what's going on the block right now. He don't know
yeah,
nobody that know what's going on the block.
yeah.
He go
And
back
then
there.
and then at the same time, how about this? It's just like as bad as that, I hate to see them in this situation because it's so dangerous out there. Like I was telling you, I had a friend. She came and picked me up, and she was just like, "Man, ride with me." You know what I mean? I want to go outside, and so I roll with her, and I'm on parole. So first of all, I can't be around what y'all doing. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying? And so it was just like a lot of weed smoke, a lot of bottles passing. But this is how they doing it like right now. This is for their age. This is their
Yeah.
era. But the sad thing about it, somebody might not make it home tonight. And and that's really real. You might not make it
It
to the
is.
crib. Straight up, like for real. And then the
Yeah.
drugs is different though too.
Yeah. And
Don't
it
forget
ain't
about
safe
that.
no
It's
more,
like
man.
it's so many pills. There's so much going on. It's like, what is this? What are y'all taking? This is over here. And it was like, when I left in like '07, I knew meth existed, but I never seen meth. You know what I mean? I sold crack. I never seen meth. I get to
That
the
was from
joint.
Maysville, man. That was from
Yeah.
Maysville.
Right.
Truckers,
Yeah.
truckers, and Western Iowa.
Right. I come to the crib, everybody do meth. It's like,
That's
what?
crazy.
They smoke it, they snort it. I was like, man, that's crazy. Something with battery acid in it.
Man,
Oh
we had to try hard to find acid. It wasn't even easy to get that. You know what I'm saying?
man, listen. And
Hey,
so you think about the drugs that they own, then the pistol, then the drinking. It's like, fam, you ain't even safe to yourself. You know
nah,
what I mean?
nah. It's a
You gonna
recipe for
wake up and you gonna
disaster.
be looking at that judge in the face, straight up. He
And
said,
they're gonna
"That's
have
the
to show
issue."
you what you did. They're gonna have to show you what you did. You know, yeah. So you put that powder keg together, and you got like 50 to 100 people who all ramped up like that. Man, I mean, that's everybody dangerous at that point.
Right. And then, but see, like, okay, so what do you think about this? Nephew said, he was replying to yo. He's like, this is Iowa/Illinois. Where we going? The Elks. And like, if you go in the Elks, you see everybody. You dig what I'm saying? I fell off up in the Elks, and the Elks do be thick, but they keep their violence down. Now, outside, somebody might get stolen on. You dig what I'm saying? It might be a girl fight on the outside on the steps or somewhere out there. But my man at the door, he pretty cool with like, making sure people get in and out. And for the most part of it, it's people just coming through, getting them a little drink, seeing who's who, and then getting on out the way. You know what I mean? And so I slid through the Elks a few times, and it wasn't bad, man. And so shout out to the Elks for going so long. I remember when the Elks was the motorcycle club. I won a breakdance contest in there when I was like 8 years old. You know what I mean? Back in '82, the Elks was the motorcycle club. So you know what I mean? I've been around for a minute, but yeah, the Elks are
Yeah.
still cracking. So, and then
Um,
you know what? You see uh for it to be the Elks to be in the hood, you know, you still see like a little bit of the maturity still that's still in the Quad
mm,
City. You'll still see a little because you'll have some like little
some
young
grandmas in there
yeah,
too.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Because when
Great
the young
grandmas
come
at
in
this
there,
point.
you dig what I'm saying? You still gonna see some of the old heads that's in there. They got the bar stools, so you dig what I'm saying? They sitting there having a drink or they back over there against the wall. So the Elks is one of the place where the old and the young can come and the young do behave themselves for the most part of it. So shout out to the
Yeah.
Elks, man. So
Well, I'm probably not. I'm on one area of this right where I'm not even interested in going out, but I'm married. You know what I'm saying? So it's what. But you know why we used to go out? What was the plan when we went out?
oh yeah, you trying to pull something
Exactly.
straight up.
So I got wholesale beer, I got in house. So why am I gonna spend a bunch of money somewhere? Then I
Right,
gotta worry about getting home without getting yanked.
right,
I done paid $6 a piece for a beer.
right.
And then we still got to get something to eat, man. We just gonna chill out here and find a movie, man, and cook something up and call it a night, man.
He
It's
said, "We
too much
done with it."
effort. You got
Yeah,
kids, you got to find a sitter, man. That's too much effort at this point for me. But I
right.
mean, for people who are single, I can see how they might want to, get out,
Yeah,
fraternize.
yeah.
But yeah, so I can't speak intelligently about that from our age
Yep.
because I'm
And
I'm
then by
biased.
me being gone for so long, you know, I did want to see, who was out, you dig? And get out there, man, and just, just man, I hadn't seen nobody in so long. So it was kind of cool to you know, to hug. CG said, "Wow, I hear you, G Nice." So, the old school appeal is, and that's really what's happening because that's what you mean when you say staying out the way. You dig
Yeah.
what I'm saying? That's really like
Uh-huh.
staying out the way. Like, man, listen, I mapped this out. I ain't gotta spend that at the bar. I can go take that to the liquor store and get a bigger quantity than that, and I can go grab me something to eat ahead of time and just chill here. We can bump music. We could, you know what I
We're
mean?
gonna watch a movie
Man, straight up,
and just
yeah,
chill out and get
right.
up in the morning and be cool. You don't have to think about who you beef with the night before. You ain't got to
Oh
worry about
man,
some of these young cats, that's out there wild. They're disrespectful too. And next thing you know, you might have to kill somebody. And you're just like, nah, I'm gonna just stay out the way. I'm gonna just go. I'm gonna stay where I pay bills. I'm paying for it anyway. Shit,
yeah.
I might as well be here. This is my
And
bar.
one of the things I like that they do around here though too, like Devin and them got that white party and the black party. And so that gives you a chance to dress up, you know what I mean, at least like twice out the year. So if you like to put on clothes and you got a spouse, like say you and your wife, y'all could throw on something because it's a lot of couples that come to that. Y'all could throw on like a white or a black outfit and then come out. The one that was on the boat, that was super nice. The one that was at the little building the other night, it was nice too. I like the white party a little bit better, you know what I mean, because the whole appeal of the downstairs, they had the young crowd jumping off down there, so they was playing their music. Remember, I showed you videos of that. But then when you
Yeah,
got upstairs, you could still hear some New Edition. You could still hear some Belle Biv DeVoe. You
that's
know what I
what's
mean?
up.
And so it's still killed. So it's like, man, we can hit the dance floor. You know what I mean? We can get in there and do the running man. You in there
Yeah.
whopping, cabbage patching, and
Oh,
just having a blast. And so then you can go downstairs and laugh and mingle with them, and then get on back upstairs. So I love it. I guess because I am hip hop man, so I love to
well,
go out.
this is also part of the reason with the kids like we talk about they don't listen to anything else, man. Um, ain't nobody but to be fighting listen to a New Edition. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody riled up talking about can you stand the rain? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never
Straight
got
up.
mad at nobody for playing Sade. Like I ain't got
Yeah, you
time for
dig
that,
what I'm
man. You
saying?
gonna get somewhere to sit down, man.
I'm
That's
trying to
what you
tell
gonna
you.
do. You like,
Straight up.
oh,
Ain't
we just
nobody.
being cool in here. Like, nah,
I
I ain't with
swear.
that. But
Yeah.
if you, I mean, we'd have been like that too if we just constantly listen to one. I
Yeah,
mean,
like, Imma
you
tell you
can't do
something.
it all day long.
The
I mean,
jam that be coming on where they be going crazy when Shorty be like, "There's a whole lot of money in this month, man." Well, I'm telling you, boy, they go on to the floor, and when they hit that, man, all the little cliques of girls, everybody turned around, they turned up. I said, man, when I looked at that, man, I couldn't do nothing but laugh, but I loved it because that's their generation. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
just wish that they was a little bit safer. I wish that they would probably put them pills down and the guns, cause see, one thing that was cool about the white party is that the security was so thick that you couldn't, you know what I mean?
yeah,
And it was another thing to who gonna wants to fight and you got on all white. You dig what I'm saying? You
yeah.
ain't trying to get
Nobody with
bloody.
that.
You ain't trying to get dirtied up and you're all white. You know what I mean?
You ain't in slick bottoms. You ain't about to be on
I'm
that.
trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. CG,
Uh,
what's the answer? She got a question. She said, could you two answer this question?
yeah.
Okay, go ahead, shoot. That's
What
what
you
we're
got?
trying to do.
What you got?
We're trying to get some people to
Engagement.
react, some engagement, man. Because we done already did damn near like 40 minutes. Time be flying when you just chatting.
Man, we just shooting the
What else
shit.
do we have on the agenda? Okay, she said something. I don't
Man,
know.
I'm
Shoot. I mean, I don't know if you can send her the thing. If what she trying to get on there, she could type
you
it or
want
something
in?
like that. Do you want NCG? She said new music keeps clubs open. Oh yeah, that's nephew. Nephew said this, and he said the new music keep the club open. And you're right,
I hear that.
nephew,
Yeah, I
because
hear that.
it's just like radio. Radio's got to play what's hot. You dig what I'm saying? And so the DJ's got to spin the latest thing that everybody is listening to. You dig what I'm saying? And so if he plays like New Edition or the Bobby Brown, the classic stuff that we are, it's just like marketing. it has to be for the grown and sexy. And so for the younger generation, you have to play what they listening to. And so Neff, how the conversation started off, we was just talking about it transformed from what they doing in the music now to people actually getting RICO charges, to people actually getting killed behind music, until the new music, what is it talking about, and why is the message so, why is it like everybody is drawn to this murderous or violent type of music? Like, man, what the, I was listening to this one cat, man, and the dude was like, man, like, if I can't get you, I'm gonna get down on your mama. It's like, what? Wait 1 minute. My mama didn't have nothing to do with this. You dig what I'm saying? Boy,
at all.
you do something to my mama, man. You better hope not,
Hey,
because I'm telling you.
hey,
Listen,
now everybody gotta go. Like now you can start
everybody.
a war.
Hey,
Like
what he
but
saying? Sling Blade. I just seen red. Like,
that's
that's it. I just seen red. Like, listen, boy, you better not come do nothing to my mama.
mm-mm,
And I'm
mm-mm.
telling you, for real,
Talking
for
about
real. But
line them up. All
straight
your
up.
family coming in town.
And I hate to think like that. That's not a good way to think. That's not a way to think. But listen, that's in the music. So
Right.
people are not understanding what you speak into existence is what's really happening. You dig what I'm saying? And so
Well,
they don't understand that they creating this atmosphere for themselves, just like what Young Thug did. I
right.
ain't never killed
Well,
nobody, but I know about a body. Now they got
mm,
you in the Fed. They
now.
talking about a body. You dig what I'm saying?
Well,
Saying you
yeah.
killed somebody.
Well, but also on the the new music keeps clubs open. That was going back into what I was saying before about there being no diversity in music, right? Where I was saying we listened to a little bit. We used to go out. We were young, right? Yeah, you gonna hear some big ear. You may hear even some UGK in there, but you're also gonna get some Medina Howard,
Right.
and you're gonna get that mix, and that's what you can't be riled up for 4 hours at a time. I mean, and smashed. I mean, that is not a good recipe right there for healthy living. That's a bad thing to do. But
Hey,
so I see CG new
do
school
you
artists
think?
collaborating with old school.
Yeah, for relevance, I think that that would be a good way to bridge the gap, to let the gen. Because see, the one thing I do want to let the generation know is that I love them. You know what I mean? I really, I'm really trying to stay in tune with them to the point where I can let them know, like, hey, holler at me if you need to, because this depression is real. This spirit of suicide is so real. People are killing themselves. Social media got them doing like a lot of wild stuff. And so if we don't show them that we love them, if somebody don't go back and say, hey, I mean, this is what we doing, or here's a few little tips and little pointers, and you got some of them that listen. You know what I mean? Then you got
Right.
some of them that just don't care. Like you said, some of them disrespectful. So I think collaborations from old school to new school artists will probably be relevant. I think though too, um that's a good thing. There's got to be a timeout sometimes for it. You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna play so much of that, but then we're gonna spend some cool mellow, because if you think about that, that's how it used to go, man. It
That's
used
what
to
I'm
go
saying.
like that. It
Yeah.
used to be like, all right, we're gonna listen to this, but then at a few minutes, man, we're gonna slow it down. You dig what I'm saying? We finna slow it down, man. Straight
It
up.
ain't got to be all the way slow. It might be some 112 or something like that.
Right.
But
But go find you a
um,
girl and go dance, go
man,
two
for
step, or
real,
go two step or something, fam. You know what I mean?
they
Straight
out
up.
there going, just
Boy.
jumping up and down with a bunch of dudes. Like, oh, y'all on the dance floor? Just ain't number dudes on the dance floor. What's that about? But on the new school artists collaborating with old school, I mean, that's not new. That's been going on. The '90s saw definitely the resurgence of Ron Isley. I mean,
Mhm.
R. Kelly put him on the track and
Yeah.
did a couple of tracks with him, and next thing you know, bam, he off and running. When we talk about Charlie Wilson,
Yep.
right? He
Doing
was
it with
back.
Snoop.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. When you
Pharrell.
talk
Mhm.
about El DeBarge when he was over there with DJ Quick,
Mhm.
so that's always a good move.
They said Dre sold his catalog
Yeah,
today.
good for him.
Right. I
Yeah.
bet you that was worth money.
And
You
so
dig what I'm
that's the
saying?
other thing too. We've been seeing now all these artists they've been cashing out. Oh, I'm not
Mhm.
saying Ron Isley was still relevant right now. I'm just saying that he had a resurgence back when R. Kelly started with him, which
Mhm.
was bridging the gap between the
Remember
young,
that down low,
yeah,
and then
that.
Kelly Price. They did that stuff with Kelly Price, and
So that was a
He
collaboration.
created a whole character. The Mr. Biggs character came to
Hmm.
life. Boy, we love Mr. Biggs. You know what I mean? And that was dope too.
It
But that's what
was,
I'm saying. R. Kelly's so genius, fam. It's like,
man.
man, that man is genius, bro. Then from there, trapped in the closet. It's like, are you serious? Man, that
Yeah.
stuff make my stomach hurt. But
It
yeah,
does.
man, yeah. So yeah, Ron Isley got some new stuff out, or I think the Isley
Yep.
brothers got some new stuff out.
They
I
do.
was just checking out some stuff, man, and it sounded good. They had a jam with Beyonce. I heard
With
that song and
Beyonce,
stuff
yeah.
like that too. But
Yes. So they
what I was
collaborating. I don't
yeah,
think you're gonna see old school artists collaborating with a lot of these. You ain't gonna get the old school R&B collaborating with a lot of these crazy ass kids out here. So they'd be like, "No, I ain't with that. I ain't gonna be on no album where you talking about you gonna kill somebody, mama." They ain't gonna be with that. But there
mm-mm,
was a difference because the kids don't know how to calm it down. They don't really know how to make a radio edit. Radio edits don't even get made anymore. They just bleep them out.
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Straight up.
all.
And because then at the end of the day, I mean, when you stream it, you can get the real anyway. So it's like ain't
Right.
nothing
Two
sacred.
Chains don't count though. Two Chains our age. Two Chains 45 years old.
Right.
So I don't. He don't count as the old generation. He up there with us. He
Right.
45. He crazy, but and he
Yeah.
funny. We should do a talk like Two Chains where we just play wild lyrics by Two Chains. That's
I
worth an
don't even
hour
listen
right
to a
there.
lot of this stuff.
Oh
You
man,
listen to this?
it's just for hilarity. I only pull it up just to
Right.
look at it for hilarity because he wild, man. It ain't even like really foul stuff he say. He just be like, what? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's another
So,
topic for
but
another day.
but okay. So, dang, I wanted to switch subjects, man. I wanted to switch
Oh, for
subjects,
sure.
but I wanted to know what what's the name was saying. Did you know that he sold this thing? He said, y'all think, okay, we was on that. Guess who we didn't see tonight? We didn't see Rhodey. Nephew
No,
said something about y'all think Kels got locked up over his catalog, or the females record labels couldn't let him have that ownership. I think Kels
eh,
got locked up for the BS he was on. You know
yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
what that is.
Yeah.
Everybody that
So
get killed or locked up, it ain't because they want their catalog. It ain't
right.
because they're trying to buy NBC or that Mike they try to kill like Prince and kill Michael Jackson. It ain't everything in a conspiracy theory. Sometimes it's just people doing
Yeah.
dumb shit.
And then at the same
That's
time, R. Kelly, he had already signed his away anyway. He had bad contract deals. And
well,
so,
yeah.
I think that they played him out of that. I would love to see R. Kelly get his catalog back because just look how many albums that man wrote, you know what I mean? And all the music that he produced. That man's got the soundtrack to a lot of people's life, man. It's a lot of kids that's born to R. Kelly. And so but
But
R. Kelly,
the only reason why Dre could sell his catalog right now is because he got the Chronic back, right?
okay.
So Snoop went ahead and grabbed that. He got Death Row from Disney, which was wild, or Hasbro, I think it was that
Right.
owned Death Row. So now that they able to get that, he can sell his catalog. R. Kelly, he was going up against Jive, right?
Right.
He was
Okay.
at Jive forever. They
I
wasn't
want
gonna
you to
give
pay
him.
attention to CG too as you talking, because I
Yeah,
think
they weren't gonna
CG
win his masters.
this
Why are
this
they getting killed off?
yeah, because that's where we started off. CG, thank you, because
Mhm.
that brung us right back on track though. Why are so many young artists getting killed off? Example, Migos. That stuff that happened with Takeoff is so sad, bro.
Yeah,
The
being where you
Nipsey
don't
Hus-
need to be though, and that's the
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Nipsey,
too
yes, that
many,
was his
too
business,
many times.
but after you a certain in a certain space, you just can't be out amongst the public like
But do
that,
you
and
notice
that's
the
where keeping
trend
it
though?
real goes wrong.
Right, but yeah, right, but do you see like the trend now? It's like how many rappers are dying? Like man, every time you turn around, every year it's like rappers. You hearing about a rapper
Well,
killed?
it's actually getting a lot of it is they throw a title of rapper on everybody. Dude might be out of somewhere and he had like four people listening to his mixtape, and then he get killed, and they throw in there rapper so and so killed. You're not seeing a whole lot of really mainstream rappers getting killed. Now,
It's a
Nipsey
few.
and Migos, yeah, there's a few, but it's
Yeah, it's a
not
few.
this overwhelming thing. Half these people that are getting killed, all they saying is up and coming,
Right.
right? Up and coming. Um,
Like
so,
the dude that got killed, like they went to his crib and robbed him. He cut a video. He showed like some type of money as he was cutting the video.
mhm,
Then they went to go rob him or something like that. They killed him. He was dope. I listened to some of his stuff, man. Dude,
yeah,
he had some stuff, man. And then I had never even really heard of like Young Dolph. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
then now to just check out the whole beef that he had
Hmm.
with what's the name in them from over there. What's his name? The other guy that's down there from Memphis. Yeah,
Uh,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yo Gotti.
Yeah, Yo Gotti. Yeah, so just to hear about that little beef, like that was sad. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I didn't even listen to a lot of his music, but then I was strolling down somebody's page and I seen like one of his videos, and I was like, dang, dude, kind of dope. You know what I mean? For as like
But
his style of, you know what I mean? I guess
but
for
again,
men-
that wasn't even new. I mean, he just got shot up. They were trying to kill him, and where was it? somewhere in Kentucky, I think it was, on it. But again, talking that shit. If you're talking that shit and you are known out there, it ain't you can't move quietly like that. You can't be moving around, but you on record talking shit about, you smoking on so on, and you gonna do that, man. You got too many people that will knock you off for clout, right? Because
Right.
somebody else want to get clout with the other dude you talking about. So somebody that is nothing will come and murk you
Right.
to get some clout from the other guy. They didn't even know that person. So I mean, they got to move differently though, too. I mean, we talk about takeoff. Come on, man. What you doing in the dice game? Were you in the bowling alley? Participate? He wasn't participating, but he's in the area where people shooting dice. You can't be out shooting dice with regulars in there. There's gonna be too much jealousy, and it just ain't a safe activity to be doing that. Now,
Hey,
Nipsey, oh,
but you
go
know
ahead.
what? Remember what I was just saying though, and not to play on, you know what I mean? Quavo or either Takeoff, but that common sense factor. You dig what I'm saying? Of this
Mm.
new generation of saying there's certain things that we was taught like when we was younger that our parents stood for and things that they didn't stand for. Like now, when you see these kids moving and grooving in their element, a lot of times you don't see them moving with common sense. They move with like whatever the force is, whatever they doing over there, that's what we doing over there. So if it's a dice game over here, this where we at. We over here shooting dice, not to take the time out to say, "Hey, fam, we millionaires, fam. We got too
Right.
much going on. We out here selling more records than the Beatles. So you know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
listen, we need to fall back. Like, this ain't, you know what I mean? It's certain things that you can't do no more. You know what I
Go to the
mean?
casino, man, if you want to shoot craps.
Exactly. And but
You know what I'm saying?
and most people used to say that, like, man, listen, when you get to a certain status and certain things, Jay-Z said, I don't be in the hood all day talking about how I be in the hood all day. Like, like, man, ain't nobody rapping
No.
like that, man. Like for
Yeah.
real. Like, so I feel you, K still. We probably missed a few of your things. Nephew says something
That's been
about they got big insurance policies on record labels getting paid big off of life insurance policies. Um I don't know. You know what I mean? I
well,
can't argue. I can't say what it
yeah.
is.
It's not the record labels killing them or getting them killed. It's the record labels allowing them to get themselves killed. Because yes, I mean, you're right on the aspect of that. It does make them a ton of money. Because first thing they're gonna do is the sales are gonna jump, right? Immediately after one of them gets killed. Sales going, they jump right back on Billboard, right? They there. They're gonna immediately throw together an album right away. Anything that they were going to do, that person was going to do on other people's songs, record label going to clear them all. Clear, clear. Drop it out. Keep that person's name out there. And they going to go ahead and run through. There'll be another album a year later until they bleed it dry. But at the same time, they finding 5 or 6 other people that are wild, right? And they like, yeah, we'll sign him. We'll do that. And you're right. They'll get a life insurance policy on because that's an employee. You got a job, life insurance. They got a life insurance policy on you, and so that's what they doing. And they just standing back and letting it happen. Though they like go ahead, be done. That's cool because we're gonna get our money one way or the other. So yeah,
Right.
that's
CG, before we get ready to
what's
go, give me an example of what you mean. What's
yeah.
y'all
What is
safe
it?
take on blood sacrifices? Carefully. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I mean, if you
I
take
need
it
a
to
little
the
more
Christian side, I
details.
know I got one. But yeah. So um somebody was saying something else, but like I just think, man, like so I think it's the young generation, and I think it's just the move that they're going through. I don't know if it's gonna die down. That's the reason why I got like so much respect for your nephew Cam, man. Like his flows, you know what I mean? And like when you hear like Kendrick Lamar, you still got a handful of guys that's out there that still got bars that still will bring you some real live hip hop. And so, and then some of the music that, I listen to some of the stuff. Not all the songs is bad. You know what I mean? They got a nice little beat, they
Yeah,
got a
there's
little
some.
choruses, they got some little stuff, and you know what I mean? I heard uh like I was just listening to like not NBA Young Boy, but Moneybag Yo, and then it got to this other guy, Two Finesse or something like that, Finesse Two Time or something like that. He kind of sound like a juvenile. And then I always give it an ear just to see what they talking about, to see where their head is at. And I just really feel like, man, at right now this is their era, and that's what they going through, man. And only thing I could do is pray for them. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
for me, if they stand out, I'm definitely on it. But if you can't tell them apart, I don't have no time for that. I'm
right,
like, that sound like the same dude that was just on and the same dude. And if you can't immediately distinguish, like Um, Corday, you know he's different. He their age, right? He's not a 40-year-old dude, but they stand out. I mean, as much as I am not that much of a fan of NBA YoungBoy, you can tell it's him. So that's it. But yeah, I'm not sure about the blood sacrifices.
I
You,
don't know. You said I
yeah.
know, and I know my
Oh,
Christian take on it. I'm asking y'all,
yeah.
the professionals, like, but I'm trying to figure out, like, what is blood sacrifices? Is that
I
something
don't.
that's going on out here? Like, because if it is, I'm staying away from it. I don't, I don't want no parts of it. It don't sound right. They already got enough
Well,
foolishness going on. If they making blood
hey,
sacrifices,
I
I'm
just got.
really out of there.
I need to know what side I'm gonna be on that because I mean, if
If they
that's,
making blood sacrifices, I'm out. For real, for real.
say, you know,
Nicole said, I love who we are culturally. We cool culturally, love who we are. And you know what? In so many aspects, it's right because black people, man, I gotta give it to us hands down, man. We are genius. You know what I mean? One thing about us, man, we
like
know
I
how to
said,
get
we're the
money.
tastemakers.
Yeah, and we know how to set trends, and we know how to, and that's basically one of our gifts. It's a blessings that we trendsetters, man. And then like
Hmm.
we set trends, and then we make everybody catch up to us. It's just so sad that record labels do get paid off our pain, and
Hmm.
maybe that's what you're talking about, like blood sacrifices. You know what I mean? Them, hard working and getting gypped and stuff like that, and them taking out insurance policies on them, knowing that hey, this lifestyle can mess around and get you killed. And
Yeah,
so
and
you're right, Nicole. I love the culture. Like when I see these shorties, man, when I see them out here, man, I always try to shake their hands. Tomorrow, my cousin Troy Lockhart is doing something that's going to be good on that level. Since we're talking about that, he is going to be. I'm gonna try to find my page, but he's going to be doing a special event tomorrow from like 5:30 till about like 6. And
okay.
let me see if I can get it because it's going to be really dope. It's called Let's Talk Resolving Conflict. Young Men's Group,
I
January
saw that.
19th.
I saw that
Yeah.
on your page.
Time 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. 4422 West Locust Street, Suite A1. Resolving conflict. And maybe that's something. Okay, G Nice, real quick before we have to get out of here, because I'm gonna plug the birthday party one more time. As you sit back and you see everything that's going on, what kind of advice would you give? Okay, like say for instance, if you was talking to your nephew about what's going on out here right now, what kind of advice would you give him?
As far as just the music industry or what?
Just like life, the way that he's
Unlike,
rapping, the way he's moving and grooving, the surroundings of the world. You dig what I'm saying? Because I think
um,
somebody they might benefit
yeah,
from it.
I would tell him, and I have told him, focus on your skill set, focus on that, understand that that's your job, right? That's your job, and it's okay to be successful at your job, right? There's no sense in you running back to the hood to try to prove yourself on
Right,
that. You have a job that is somewhere else. You could still do stuff for the hood, but there's no reason for you to be standing somewhere. You pull up in this $250,000 car and sit next to people who are actually out here and ain't got nothing, and you flossing in front of them. What you think's gonna happen, right? You taunting them, and that's not necessary. You don't need to be in a club. It's okay. Get you some security, man. You worth a lot of money, right? Don't be There's no reason to be in the club. Act like you got a job. Act like you are a professional. And just stay out of that. Keep your head focused. Understand that, look, this is how you eat. Don't let anybody take you off your square. Don't let nobody get you involved in something that's going to get you killed or somebody around you killed. And if you do that, man, you hold on to some longevity. You ain't got to have the number one record all the time. Longevity is what matters.
right.
You jump on a trend, man. I mean, it'll last as long as that trend is gone. But
Okay.
then you hung out to dry. So that's what I would say.
All right. So nephew said this. He said blood sacrifices are definitely real. They keep artists relevant. They kill a close person to them for the elites to keep their name going. So basically, something like how what happened, how people said that Suge had Tupac killed, and so on and so on. They try to get somebody going, and then they build off their name and keep the legacy going by publishing the stuff that the unreleased music and stuff.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what I just said. Yeah, not long ago.
yeah, I mean, it can make sense on the surface,
Yeah,
Me behind the scenes, I feel like, man, we got an enemy that's against us, and it takes too long to do that. But listen, man, listen, thank y'all for tuning in to the Ballhead Nuts. Check this out, G Nice, March 4th, man. Try to shoot down to the town.
absolutely. Yeah,
Y'all, Skylight Lounge, Luxury Lounge. These beautiful ladies have allowed me, you know what I mean? They're gonna host my birthday party. March 4th is gonna be on a Saturday. The video plug, Kev has said he's gonna come out, he's gonna cut the video. We're gonna do a video, we're gonna live stream. I got two artists that I'm trying to bring to the table, my man A.R.E and Denario. We haven't found him a stage name yet, but the dude can sing, man. He go
I see.
crazy. I'm telling when I say he can sing, he like that church boy sing. And so listen, it's gonna be by invite only. So if you don't get an invitation, probably won't see you. But no, I ain't trying to be arrogant, but it's real because I need people that's gonna be in there that's gonna support the movement. We cutting the video,
Mhm.
so we're gonna need you to be in there, be live, be clean, be fresh, but be on your best behavior. Don't show up to show out. You know what I mean? To try to tear up the place. So you know what I mean? We got some tickets that's gonna be coming. Is it's damn near finalized. They gave me the green light. I just got to make sure that they meet the artists and stuff like that. So shout out to the Skylight Lounge, man. I love y'all for doing that. Nick and them at Miss Bimani's Urban Reserve. She said she gonna pull up, and so it's gonna be big, man. So listen, if anybody want to jump on the show, man, and talk, okay, still we miss you. G Nice, you're gonna have to shoot the links out because I don't really know how to do that. But when y'all
Yeah,
doing dialogue, if y'all want to show y'all face in the place, shit, we giving out 15 minutes of fame. Get up here,
and
man,
that's
and
where we
speak,
at.
man, because
Yeah,
not just only our opinions matter, your
for
opinion
sure.
matter too, man. Shoot, the ball head nuts. We out
Always.
one.
Deuces peeps.